Oof, it's a rough day today. You know what sucks? Going to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. Always. It's terrible. Sometimes you get used to it, and then other times it's Monday and you hate everything and you want to call your boss and quit. But last night was the 2019 Academy Awards. I know a lot of people were asking for me to kind of release one of those videos where I gave my predictions. I didn't end up doing that this year because, I don't know, everything was so weird. I had no idea what was gonna win for almost anything. I knew the things that I would have wanted to win, but I really just did not know where it was gonna go. But we're gonna go kind of in reverse order, work our way from the bottom of the nomination type stuff, and then work our way up to Best Picture. But in terms of Best Picture, this is the only thing I have to say.
It's never the person you most suspect. It's also never the person you least suspect, since anyone with half a brain would suspect them the most. Therefore, I know the killer to be the person I most medium suspect.
So thank you, Dwight, for taking care of that for us. But I'm just kind of going in the order that's on this website. So it's gonna start with original song. I wanted all the stars from Black Panther to win. This was actually one of the categories that I would have been very happy to see Black Panther take a win for. I honestly think that was the best song, but it went to the shallow choice, which was Shallow in A Star Is Born, which really wasn't surprising. That song got so much airplay. You know, Lady Gaga is kind of a cultural defining individual in our culture at this point. Bradley Cooper, who knew? Next up for original score, Black Panther took that, which honestly, that was one of the things that I said is that the music in Black Panther was actually really incredible. They worked the music around, and I feel like Marvel's always been really good with this, kind of like working the music to like the type of characters that they're playing. Next we got visual effects. I'll be honest, my biased ass wanted Avengers Infinity War to take this, but it went to First Man, which honestly, while First Man overall was kind of disappointing to me, where, La La Land and Whiplash are two of my all-time favorite movies. I'm a very big fan of Damien Chazelle. I feel like First Man could have just been better, but there's really just no denying that the visual effects in that movie were astounding. So, good job. Next up, animated feature. Best animated feature. In this category, we had Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Mirai, Ralph Breaks the Internet, What the Hell Are You Doing Here? And Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now, I've worded this and a couple of people have gotten mad at me because of the implication, but I've been saying that Spider-Verse stole the award from Isle of Dogs. And I don't mean that in a way that Isle of Dogs necessarily deserved it more. It's just that if Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse had not come out this year, Isle of Dogs definitely would have taken it, unless the Academy was just so blinded by Disney that it overshone their love and blindness of Wes Anderson. So I honestly think that the only thing that could have taken down a Wes Anderson, animated feature that was actually quite good, like Isle of Dogs, was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This is one of my second favorite movie of the year last year. I wanted to see this in the Best Picture nomination, move aside Black Panther, get Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, move aside like half of the nominations in that category, and I would put Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse very comfortably in the Best Picture nomination category. I don't even care. It won though. I'm super happy. Next up was foreign language films. And there was Capernaum, Cold War, Never Look Away, Roma, and Shoplifters. And of this list, Shoplifters is actually my favorite. I know Roma got all of the buzz. You got Alfonso Cuarón. I think that's how you say his name. Fantastic director. Roma is a fantastic, portrayal of that particular time in Mexico, and just this, this crazy story that deals with so many different levels, and then the tension. And I've honestly never seen like the social classes displayed that way, in Mexico. I never experienced that. So it was so cool to see. So that did end up winning, which really wasn't a surprise, but I really wanted it to go to Shoplifters, because Shoplifters honestly is another one that should have been on that Best Picture nomination list. Now, unfortunately, because the Oscars are so American, it's just not common for non-English language films to make it on the Best Picture list. It was actually unusual for Roma to be nominated. So it would have been very nice if Shoplifters had snuck its way up there, and it would have been really nice if it had won this award, and then maybe we had seen Roma winning for, Best Picture. But things didn't work out that way, but I do recommend going out and watching Shoplifters if you can. It is a fantastic Japanese film. And honestly, one of my other favorite movies last year was called Burning, or Byaning It is a Korean film based off a Japanese novel. I was kind of disappointed not to see it nominated in foreign language film, so those are some that I would definitely recommend checking out. Film editing, on the other hand, film editing was up with BlacKkKlansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, and Vice. Bohemian Rhapsody won, which is kind of odd. I think that some of the editing could have been cleaned up in a way that would have presented parts of the story better, because there are some moments where it drags. So even though I did really enjoy Bohemian Rhapsody, I know a lot of people have problems with it, and obviously once it got nominated for Best Picture, more criticism came out towards it. But in terms of watching it, it was an enjoyable movie. I know it wasn't super accurate. That Live Aid concert at the end was so delightful to watch. It's just a fun movie. But in terms of film editing, I think that any one of these, honestly, BlacKkKlansman, The Favorite, maybe even Vice. My only issue with Vice is that it doesn't come anywhere as near close to what he achieved with The Big Short, which is kind of my same issue for it being nominated for Best Picture. I don't think that anything he did in this, he didn't already do better with The Big Short. I need to watch Vice again. Next up is costume design. In this category was The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Black Panther, The Favorite, Mary Poppins Returns, and Mary Queen of Scots. Honestly, if any one of these movies had taken it, they would have been deserving of it. Honestly, people can say what they want, but the costume work in Black Panther was gorgeous. I think they did a great job with all of the different, tribes and all of their separate armor and stuff. I think they did a really good job with that. Best documentary feature. I would have liked to have seen Minding the Gap win, but we got Free Solo that won, which is available on Netflix right now that you can watch. And I think Minding the Gap is on Hulu. Makeup and hairstyling, we're down to Border, Mary Queen of Scots, and Vice. I'm genuinely surprised that Mary Queen of Scots did not take it, but it went to Vice. Cinematography, we had Cold War, The Favorite, Never Look Away, Roma, and A Star is Born. So that actually had 3 foreign films in that category, which is really nice to see. And it went to Roma, which was great. The cinematography in that was fantastic. Would have also liked to see it go to The Favorite. Roma's very well deserved though, so that was a good award to go there. Then we have adapted screenplays. So those are screenplays based off of pre-existing material. So you got Ballad of Buster Scruggs by the Coen brothers, BlacKkKlansman, Can You Ever Forgive Me, If Beale Street Could Talk, and A Star is Born. It went to BlacKkKlansman, which is awesome because I think that they did a really good job adapting that screenplay, telling the story how it was then, presenting it in a way that it's still valid now. Very, very good win there. Next up is original screenplay. So you've got The Favorite, First Reformed, Green Book, Roma, and Vice. I would have wanted The Favorite or First Reformed to take it. First Reformed was fantastic, and I think not a lot of people saw it, and you should definitely go do so. But I'm also surprised that it got any kind of recognition at the Oscars. Ethan Hawke definitely should have gotten some kind of nomination for his role in that, but it went to Green Book, which is weird to me. I don't think Green Book deserved it. I'm gonna say Green Book was a very enjoyable watch. I don't think it deserves an Academy Award for original screenplay, but we're gonna keep going. Then we have actor in a supporting role, in which there was Sam Rockwell for Vice, Richard E. Grant for Can You Ever Forgive Me, Sam Elliott for A Star is Born, Adam Driver for BlacKkKlansman, and Mahershala Ali for Green Book, and he won. Now, his performance, in my opinion, was fantastic, but there is a lot of drama surrounding Green Book in that the family of Dr. Shelley is saying that the entire thing is basically a fabrication. It's very inaccurate and quite insulting to them because the movie portrays it that he had no connection to his family whatsoever, and they're saying that's just not true at all, and that there really wasn't a friendship between him and Tony Lip. So there's a lot of drama there, but Mahershala Ali did a fantastic job in the role, and I would have liked the movie to have focused on him more. Next, we have actress in a supporting role. So there was Amy Adams for Vice, Marina de Tavira for Roma, Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk, Emma Stone for The Favorite, and Rachel Weisz for The Favorite. I wanted it to go to Rachel Weisz. I think, unfortunately, because Emma Stone and her were both nominated, it kind of hurt their chances at winning because it might have split those movie favors in kind of half. But Regina King, very well deserved for If Beale Street Could Talk. Again, very disappointing that did not get nominated for Best Picture. It's like that studio, I think it's Annapurna, just put all their power behind Vice, which is unfortunate because I think Beale Street could have actually taken the Best Picture award. Next up is actor in a leading role, which Christian Bale in Vice was obviously a favorite, Bradley Cooper in A Star is Born, Willem Dafoe in At Eternity's Gate, Rami Malek in Bohemian Rhapsody, and Viggo Mortensen in Green Book. It went to Rami. I'm fine with that. A lot of people are really upset because they don't think he actually did that good of a job portraying Freddie Mercury. Like I said, enjoyable movie. I understand why he got nominated and picked, but Christian Bale, man, that was a pretty impressive transformation into Chaney. Next up is actress in a leading role. This one actually surprised me when I woke up this morning. I was only able to watch like 2/3 of it last night before I passed out for work. Because I'm like a couple of hours ahead of most of you, actually. I'm in a weird time zone. But actress in leading role, Yalitza Aparicio for Roma, Glenn Close for The Wife, Olivia Colman for The Favorite, Lady Gaga for A Star is Born, and Melissa McCarthy for Can You Ever Forgive Me? And it went to Olivia Colman for The Favorite. I'm so happy about that because she did fantastic in that movie. I feel bad for Glenn Close, but I don't think that The Wife is her best performance. But I don't know if she's gonna get a chance to have another best performance. I don't know. It's unfortunate. Yalitza was also fantastic in Roma, but I'm really happy to see Olivia Colman win. I think Olivia Colman was surprised and happy to see herself win, so it was very, very nice. Then for directing, there was Spike Lee for BlacKkKlansman, Paweł Pawlikowski for Cold War, Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite, Alfonso Cuarón for Roma, and Adam McKay for Vice. It went to Roma for Alfonso Cuarón. That's a great one right there. I also would have been really happy to see Spike Lee win, but again, I like BlacKkKlansman a lot, but I don't think that it is Spike Lee's best work. But I think Roma is really something very special for Alfonso Cuarón, and I think he did a fantastic job with it. Then we get to Best Picture, the drama category, the big dog. So there were 8 Best Picture options out of a possible 10. We had Black Panther, BlacKkKlansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star is Born, and Vice. Now, the reason why I showed that little meme earlier on of Dwight is that oftentimes, basically every other award, it's whoever picks, whatever you pick is what your vote goes to. So if you get to the Best Actor category, you pick Christian Bale, that is who your vote goes for. Whoever gets the most votes, that is who wins. The Best Picture category is different. You rank them. So you would put on 1 to 8, you would be like, my number 1 is Favorite, number 2, Roma, number 3, BlacKkKlansman, and then go down and so forth until you get to what your last pick would be. Now, they immediately take all of these votes, and if none of those movies tally over 50%, if your first option was the least popular choice, so let's just say that your first option was A Star is Born, and A Star is Born got the least amount of like number 1 spot votes, all of your votes for A Star is Born get pulled and put to your second place winner. So that ends up in a situation where typically the least inoffensive, the most middleist, average, safest movie usually or oftentimes ends up winning the Oscars unless you get some kind of weird runaway sweep like you did last year, which it's very weird. Grinding Nemo took it all. It was crazy. I'm not saying it didn't deserve it. It was just a weird choice. I'm not saying that every time something wins, it's a bad choice. I just think that this year is a perfect example of that because Green Book took it. I don't think Green Book is anywhere near being an Academy Award-worthy movie. It has a lot of issues. They're not even just from like the standpoint of the family having issue with it. It's just one of these things that the reason why it won, there were just so many other movies this year that were handled better and dealt with in a better way that could have either deserved the nomination or deserved the win. And because it kind of went to one of these middle movies, I almost want Black Panther to win because at least that would have caused some kind of weird, crazy outrage, and it would have been like so weird. Like I'm in the camp that I don't think Black Panther deserved its Best Picture nomination, but it deserved some kind of like cultural recognition award because of like how massive it became. But it's just, to me, it wasn't the best superhero movie last year. It wasn't even the best Marvel movie that came out last year. But I don't think Green Book deserved the win. And it is really one of those ones that it's the one that just kind of fits perfectly in the middle of these nominations. And I think that there were a lot of movies that deserve to be up here. Even if we're just looking at other things that got nominated, Beale Street Could Talk. Why isn't it Beale Street Could Talk up here? I realize that you have to like campaign for these positions, and because Annapurna put most of their backing behind Vice, there like wasn't enough of a budget. That right there kind of shows you that the Oscars to a huge degree are very ridiculous, especially when it comes to these big picture, this Best Picture slot, because it really should be just the best movie, not just the best movie. They can also put a shit ton of money behind marketing it to the Academy, which obviously A Star is Born and Bohemian Rhapsody and Black Panther can do. So if Beale Street Could Talk should have been up here, Shoplifters should have been up here, and I will argue that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse should be one of the prestigious animated films that has made it into the Best Picture category alongside Beauty and the Beast, Toy Story 3, and Up. I'll argue that. Hell, even Isle of Dogs is better than half the movies on this list. This was a weird year for Best Picture. Shoplifters should definitely be up here. So if I had it my way, I would swap out half of these nominations for other movies. Of the ones we have, I would probably give it to The Favorite. I think of these, I enjoyed The Favorite the most. Also would have been fine if Roma took it. Also would have been okay if BlacKkKlansman took it, but I think I like The Favorite the most, but that's just me. But that is gonna do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the Oscars. What were your kind of like picks? What were your snubs? What are you angry about? Again, don't get too angry because it's like a huge prestigious thing, but like every year something pisses somebody off. But I just kind of wanted to break some of these down for you. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Catch you all later.